Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a draft on the way now. I'm going to be joined by Heartless in just a second. Let's get that going. Heartless, buddy, are they here? Cool. We're here. We're good. Both here. Good stuff. Yeah, I was just saying that I forgot to unmute myself on Discord. Good start to the stream. Good start. Again, anyone in chat, let me know how the audio goes. We'll be monitoring that throughout the game. It might get a bit spotty, but we do have a match on the way. I am Robin Roll, you are Heartless. And the maps today are going to be Cursed Hollow, Infernal Shrines, and Tower of Doom. So, are we looking forward to this? We excited? We getting hyped? Yeah, Kel'Thas, Banner, Falstad, Banner, two strong heroes. I mean, Falstad just with his map control on a Cursed Hollow, it's not a hero that you want to be giving away. ETC Li Ming being picked up there by Balance of Interest. Yeah, Li Ming can control the curse from a good distance away with the orbs, with the missiles, with a disintegration ray. Once she picks it up, ETC is going to be able to control anyone trying to come in with his power slides. I suppose with your area of effect spells though, like your obviously your tornado and your bomb, sorry, not your bomb, your fire explosion, you're going to be able to control that spell, the curse area quite well because it's always in like a narrow area, so you are going to be able to make set up kill zones and stuff. So okay, maybe it's not, like you said, it's not a top ban potential anymore, but you know it's still quite up there. Yeah, the Arthas Johanna pickup as well. It's two. I mean, with the Thrall, you've got three melee heroes there. They are going to be able to use the spells. Obviously, Arthas with his lockdown there, Thrall with his lightning as well as his wolf lockdown. But it's three melee heroes. Is this? I mean, again, especially in such close proximity fights, is this the best draft? You think? Again, with an ETC pickup, like you said, the control is there.
Is out of position again, the same, so it's really like a hit and miss. But I think they are feeling obviously comfortable going with the Thrall and Johanna against the ETC, but we'll see. They still have two more picks. They haven't chosen a support, they haven't chosen any range assassin, so we'll see what they go with here, and add more protection against the ETC. They went with an Uther ban, which is smart. ETC Uther, nothing you ever want to face really. So we'll see about that. And by the way, Balance of Interest went for the Brightwing, so this is a global that they took. They banned Falstad and they took a Brightwing, and this is a very smart decision in my opinion. They banned a global, they took a global. So they are really, so far in the draft, I think they're doing a really good job. They got a global, they got a Li Ming for the poke. So yeah, good job for them. And surprisingly, actually, they went for the Greyman here. I'm curious if they'll go for a Tassadar as a second support, because a Brightwing and a Greyman, I don't know how much I like it. You usually want some sort of heavy protection for the Greyman, right? He's going to go and dive in. He's going to have who is in duelist, which means he's gonna need extra protection. He doesn't want to die. Can Brightwing really protect Greyman that much? I'm not sure about that, but we'll see.
No, I completely agree with you. The Rhaegar being picked up on the side of Natus Dominari there as well. Like you said, the Greymane is going to be diving. The Leman can offer support in the form of damage from the back lines, but as far as it goes, your front line of all you've really got is an ETC. Okay, he does have his mosh pit, he does have the control area, he has the power slide, but once that's used, your Greymane is going to be out on its own. So yeah, maybe there is going to be a Tassadar pickup coming out. What would you think, maybe seeing as the double tank coming out there from Natus Dominari, what do you think about running a double tank on Balance of Interest? Maybe picking something like a Natus up there, or a Sonya?
Or Tyrael, actually, because what we see in the pro scene a lot is when you have a Greymane, you also supplement him with a Tyrael, because a Tyrael with sanctification can provide a lot of defense for him, allowing him to dive, go for the throat, and be safe because he's going to be immune. So that might be an idea, but I wouldn't mind either Tyrael or Tassadar here as their last pick. Extra defense for Greymane in the form of Tassadar, or simply go for the Tyrael for the sanctification. We'll see. Which, by the way, also goes well with ETC Mosh. Think about that. No, but instead they're going to go with the Lost Vikings. Interesting here.
It's the Lost Vikings, and obviously there's no cam, but the smile on my face is absolutely massive. I'm surprised you can't hear it coming through the microphone, anyone watching this. This is... I absolutely love Lost. I can't play them for Toffee because my micro is awful, but I love watching a good Lost Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I wanted to point out right now. I'm surprised with the Lost Vikings because we are in the amateur scene, and you can't expect every single player to be like a high grandmaster 4K MMR. And the problem with this is that the Viking, they require a lot of micro, right? A lot of APM. And if you don't have it, they can really backfire, You all of a sudden you're losing the Vikings left and right, and you're losing a lot of soak because your team relies on you soaking the lanes for them. And I'm really interested to see how well they can actually play with the Vikings here. I think from what I see right now, the Viking is gonna be the key player in this entire match, right? If he's gonna be really good, he can completely change the way that the matchup will end. And by the way, Natus went for the Rainer. They get the range assassin. Again, with another interruption for ETC, going to be a hard time for ETC here to get something done, I believe.
Yeah, as far as looking at the draft goes, Natus Dominari, okay, I did say about them having those 3 melee heroes, but they're not, it's not a very squishy lineup. Whereas looking at Balance of Interest, you do have the ETC tank there, but you have the Li Ming that if she gets caught out, go down pretty fast. The Brightwing, that okay, she does have a couple of escapes there up her sleeve, but really, if she gets caught out again, she's not really got that survivability on her side. The Greymane that's going to be diving deep, like you say, there's that not second tier protection for him because there is no Tassadar, but the Lost Vikings there as well. Again, it's 3 or 4 heroes there that if they do get caught out on their own are probably going to be punished for it. So maybe just looking at the draft, I want to say Natus Dominari maybe edge this draft, but what do you think?
I think I agree with you at the moment. As far as drafting goes, I like Natus Dominari draft more. They have, sure, Balance of Interest. They have Brightwing for the global, which is good. But this bothers me. They took a Brightwing for the global, but they have a Lost Vikings. Lost Vikings are global by themselves. They're going to be on every lane you have. And so, what's the point in a Brightwing then? If
I suppose
it kind of bothers me. It kind of bothers me, this anti-synergy between those two. But
well, I suppose when you've got Lost Vikings on all 3 lanes, even if you've got the team fight going on the curse, maybe you win the team fight, you take the curse, the Brightwing can instantly be on another lane just because the Lost Vikings are on all 3 lanes. So it does offer that kind of global-ish after the fight, or after the fact that the Brightwing can maneuver herself around the map when when and however it's needed, just because of the Lost Vikings being on all 3 lanes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see how it works out for them. I hope it will go well for them, because I do like the Lost Viking picks, again, because it's just a high skill hero or heroes, I guess, to play. So I'm really interested to see how it's gonna go, and I hope it's not gonna be like a completely one-sided match. I hope it'll be a very close one. But again, as far as the draft goes, I like Natus Dominari. They have a ton of interruption for ETC. They have a very solid a backline, Rainer. They have a solid engage, Artus with the Thrall, together with Johanna. Gonna see how it's gonna work out for them, but everything can go here. This is a amateur league. You can actually expect the Thrall to be like the best Thrall you're gonna see. So everything is open, and I really like it. And again, I cheer for balance of interest because of the Lost Vikings, but I do think that Natus Dominari has the upper hand here as far as drafting goes.
Yeah, this is very similar coming from Delta 2. There's a hero called Meepo, which is clones itself, and you get about 4 or 5 of them, and it's always really interesting to watch just the outright control someone has over the hero. So again, Lost Vikings, I really like to see a good Lost Vikings play, where you can, the player kind of has this, he just, global psychic, all map, he knows what's going on all over the place, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So fingers crossed for a good Lost Vikings game.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see what ultimate he's going to go for, because in Europe it's very popular to go for play again, but pretty much in a lot of other places everyone goes for the boat, and I'm really interested to see if he's going to go for the play again and how he's utilizing it. It's very interesting for me to see. I'm always excited when I see players pick non-orthodox heroes, and Lost Vikings on Curse Hollow on not orthodox choice.
Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see how it lands up. It looks like the left-hand side is actually going to be a flip. Just so I don't get this wrong, like the first time, it's actually going to be balance of interest coming from the left-hand side and Natus Dominari coming from the right-hand side. And it looks like everything is set up. The talents are there.
Alright, while you set up, I'll introduce the players here. So we have Kravis Joker on Greyman and Warden, Wadepool on ETC, Blink on Brightwing, Panther on Fire on Lost Viking. I'm sorry if I butchered anyone's name, and this was Natus Victor. Balance of interest, right? Yeah. Sorry, Natus Dominari on the right side of the map. They have Meth on Artus, Viken on Johanna, Heldrasil on Heldrasil. Yeah, I did pronounce it good. Right, good. Good job, me. On Rainer, Frieded on Thrall, and on Rhaegar we're gonna have Hockey Jedi. So while the game warms up, let's talk about a little bit about the talents here. We can see that already. Li Ming went for the force armor here.
Li Ming getting caught out there. A bit dangerous. All the missiles coming back through though. So Reinhardt, we're all just gonna sit there. Fight is gonna go, and it looks like everyone's just gonna move to the lanes eventually. Obviously, you can see the Lost Vikings already on those lanes, so we're already going to be soaking XP on a free lane on the bottom lane. Yeah, sorry, going back to the talents, just before we were rudely interrupted by a team fight of all things.
Yeah, we should expect to see like those small skirmishes, because we are going to expect Natus Dominari to kind of roam, to try to counter roam the Lost Viking here, but I don't expect to see any kills here, not until the first curse. But anyway, back to the talents here. Li Ming went with Forced Armor, not very common here. We usually see Power Hungry here. Ooh, and Thrall getting caught here, and already first kill here for Balance of Interest. Very nice job here.
Yeah, good. I don't actually think that we knew much of what was going on there. Once the Thrall got caught out, because the rotations are coming through. It's actually 4 on the top lane. I'm just trying to sort something out.
No problem. Then I'll continue talking about the talents here while you fix your stuff there. Talents here, not anything unusual here so far from the team, except for Li Ming again for the Force Armor, and Artus that went for the block here. Usually you don't want to go for the block, you go for Frostmourne upgrade on level 1, but I'm surprised here with the block, especially considering that the enemy team, they don't have any heavy auto attackers here. Sure, Greyman, but how much is his auto attack a problem? I don't think it's... I don't know, I'm a little bit surprised here with the Artus block. That's what I'm trying to say. Rainer here went for the marksmanship. Expected, kinda, I guess, but we're gonna see how it turns out for him. So he went for the AA build. against a single tank. We'll see how it works. And here the top part of the lane, gonna have already the first curse spawning here. The Lost Vikings are covering all the lanes here, and this is now the point where you see teams, if teams can play the Vikings well, because at this point what balance of interest, and I'm probably gonna start calling them Boy from now on, what Boy wants to do here is just stall. They don't care about the curse this much. You know, taking this objective doesn't do anything here. Remember, you need 3 curses to actually, or 3 tributes, sorry, to actually activate the curse. So what they want to do here, just stall, let the Vikings soak, get an XP lead, and as you can see, they're already a full level ahead here.
Yeah, and you can
ooh, nice slide here by ETC, by the way. A last-minute interruption, and then Reynor here as well here. This is great for balance of interest. Not only are they soaking all the lanes, they also got a kill right now, and it seems like their Vikings actually working really well for them.
Yeah, the Johanna just going to stop that curse from being collected there. The Brightwing going to pick it up though. It looks like the protection is coming out. Meanwhile, back in the top lane, ETC is going to be rooted there. Get himself away for now. As it appears.
Yeah, and Boy, by the way, doing fantastic job here. They are a level ahead. They got the first tribute. Like, things are just going the way they want to.
Alright, my hockey's completely messed up. I'm just going to throw it over to the splash for 3 seconds while we sort this out, because nobody wants to see that.
No problem. Okay, so again, Li Ming, by the way, again with an unorthodox choice here, with Dominance on level 4 here, followed by Seeker. Seeker, fine choice on level 7, but Dominance on level 4, not the most common that you see in tournaments. I am really surprised she went for that, especially with the Grey Mane and the Brightwing. Does she really expect to die? I don't think so. But I am surprised she didn't go for Dominance, for Calamity, sorry, on level 7 here, especially with the Lost Vikings. They can provide a lot of resets, and this means she can just jump in and keep blinking on people and killing them. And I'm really surprised here by the choice of going for Seeker.
Okay, we're all good for some reason. My select is on W, which is a pain in the ass. But we appear to be all good.
No problem.
And no more distractions. Yeah, the push is coming through the middle. That is a decent camp. And the Vikings going to apply pressure. The curse is up now, top lane. Greener is going to jump onto the Thrall. Thrall not having any of it. Coming back in on low health. Brightwing. Coming through him, but those missiles coming in, just keeping Thrall away. And it looks like Brightwing is going to be blinded up by the Johanna. Curse is being collected though, so Natus need to step on this if you want to get it. Johanna's going to get it.
Ooh, nice flank here by the Johanna and the Arthas. Ooh, they are coming from both sides here. Brightwing is getting very low here. Looks like she managed to escape here. ETC on the other hand is taking it down here. Nice job by Natus Dominari, and this is going to be their first kill of the game here.
Yeah, you can just see
this
the
kill also
doing
secured
enough.
their... Sorry, my apologies.
No, it's fine. I was saying you can just see the Johanna doing enough to stop it from being able to curse. Actually, Li Ming's being caught out. It's going to be kill. The root is coming out. And Li Ming is finished off. Yeah, Johanna doing enough to stop the Brightwing from getting the curse. And then the Reynard just coming through with his range, obviously being able to shoot over the rock face. Meanwhile, Viking on the top lane. The root came out from Thrall, and that is a dead Viking. So maybe not the best attention to detail. It's the second Viking down. Third one needs to be careful because he is pushing on the lane. The Reynard is coming down, other attacks coming out. But it looks like the third Viking is going to do enough to survive. So,
right, well, we are about to hit level 10 here. So the Vikings are on point here as far as soaking goes. They're still ahead despite the fact that they even out the kills. As you can see at the bottom lane here, well, I don't know if you can see, but at the bottom lane and the top lane, the two front walls are down. And we did hit level 10, and yeah, Vikings went to play again, and I'm really excited to see how it actually turns out for them. So we have play again from the Vikings, we have Morphin from ETC, good luck with that. Disintegrate from Li Ming, Emerald Wind from Brightwing, and go for the short for Greyman here. On the other hand here, Thrall here with the Thunder, Johanna with Blessed Shield, Rhaegar with Ancestral, Reynor with a Hyperion, and Arthas still deciding here. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see some Syndragosa action here, but we're gonna see how it works. Nope, instead Army of the Dead.
yeah, and it's very standard at the moment, I think, for the Johanna to go, excuse me, for the shield. It's just another interrupt for the ETC. And the drop really isn't effective when you've got such a versatile and spread out team.
Yes, I agree. I will say that I'm surprised about the Emerald Wind. That's that much more or less protection for the Grey Mane, and he did go for the Wisdom Duelist at level 7. So, you know, Greyman needs to be so careful with his stacks. I can't emphasize how much, because there's a lot of difference between a Greyman with no stacks and a Greyman with, say, 5 stacks or something like that.
Yeah, this boss is going to be pushing through this bottom lane. Natus Dominari needs to rotate down, potentially stop this push. Reynar is coming through the back door as well. But it's
yeah, it doesn't look like the boss is going to take a fort, so that's a good defense by Natus Dominari here.
Yeah,
really not allowing the boss to gain any value.
And that curse
So
spawn
that's
as
a good
well.
choice. Yep. But you know, they don't have the healing well at the bottom here. Might be a little bit of a problem here if they'll need to tap. If this is going to be a prolonged fight. Let's see how this turns out for them.
TC though, is he going to be able to get after as much as off there goes the high tier?
It seems like, ooh, nice catch from Rhaegar getting the tribute here. Oh, Greyman caught an ETC as well, and this is exactly what I was talking about. What we were talking about, the lack of protection here for Greyman, and he just instantly deleted there.
Brightwing,
and looks
skin
like
of his teeth.
Yeah, oh, just barely manages to escape here. Very nice job here by Natus Dominari, and they managed to catch up with XP somewhat. Sure, they're still like about a half a level behind, but you know, they're not as bad as before. Boy here, by the way, just reached level 13 here. Glass cannon for Li Ming. I guess they're feeling like they need the damage. A little bit risky here, considering they have 2 tanks and Thrall as a diver here against the Li Ming, but we'll see how careful she can be.
And what do you think so far about the Lost Vikings? Is it working out? They do have half a level advantage. You know, there is a fight on the top lane. ETC, is he looking for that dive? He's going to be caught out there. The power slide is going to come out, but
About the Lost Vikings, I will say, I think it what keeps them in the games. Oh, and completely botched the march there, catching exactly 0 players. What a shame here. Oh, and ETC is dropping very low here. He might get killed as well as Greyman. Greyman got killed here, and this is a nice catch here for Natus Dominari, getting the Greyman. And this is gonna secure them a curse. Yeah, and the first curse in the game goes to Natus Dominari. Good job by them. And about the Vikings, I think he's doing a good job, but it seems like the other teammates are not managing to capitalize on the Vikings in their team.
do you think, even though he does seem like a very good Viking player, maybe they're missing out on his total control that maybe another hero could have offered while going for things like the curse and objectives?
Definitely, I think the Li Ming and the ETC were smart choices. What you want to do when you have a Lost Viking on your team, you want to have an roaming composition, right? And ETC provides exactly that. He's a strong early game hero, provides the potential to roam and get early kills. The Li Ming on this map is amazing. You get a lot of poke, you can deny the curse indefinitely with her, which is exactly what you want with the Lost Viking. But the Brightwing, again, I am surprised with this choice. The Greymane, it's like, it's a decent choice, right? It's an okay choice. It's a very solid hero overall, but the Brightwing, I think, was their miss here as far as drafting goes. And by the way, we kind of missed it out while I was talking and babbling, but Thrall was killed here, which is a good job for balance of interest. You know, allowing him to defend the curse, right, and not allowing Natus to get too much value here. And they are gonna capitalize on it, and you know what? I like it. I love it. They are gonna capitalize on Thrall kill here and gonna try and steal the boss here. It's risky, but I like it. I like when teams are going for decisive moves like this.
Yeah, Natus getting really low there as well. He's gonna be healed up by the Rhaegar, but able to chase them away, so they may actually be able to turn this and go for the bosses unless they want to carry on chasing Hyperion. And is down, the root coming out onto the Brightwing. But
and they are chasing here, and you know what? I like, despite the fact that they were chased off the boss, I love it. They got a free ancestral from it. It's a big cooldown. All they did was go to the boss, start the boss, disengage, and they cost Natus not only an ancestral, by the way, a Hyperion and an army of the dead.
Yeah. 3 big
That's a lot of big
out.
cooldowns for nothing. And if you look at this, Natus, they didn't take the boss even. So this is 3 free ultimates for nothing, basically. And by the way, this means that if Boy, I'm gonna call them Boy, if boys are on top of it, they should start. They should want to force a fight, because not only do they have 16 now, they also saw 3 ultimates being used, and this should be a point in time where they want to start an engagement here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for it. They are all mounted up, waiting for the rotation, just not able to find anyone. Everyone from this is Dominari. He's on that right hand side. But the engage could be soon, and the ultimates are still.
I really hope that they need to make something happen right now. They have such a huge advantage, again, not only talent but ultimates, and they really need to make something happen. But instead they are soaking, and you know what, I'm not sure if I like it. I'm not sure if I like the fact that they are so spread out and soaking with the Vikings still, but they have this advantage. Ooh, a nice catch up on the Rhaegar here. Very good job, at least they got something. I'm glad, man. I'm glad that they didn't just, you know, wasted their advantage here.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think the mosh pit, well, I think it was just in range of the towers, so maybe didn't want to risk it under the towers, but it could have been a 2-3 man mosh pit there if he'd have used that after the power slide.
Yeah, but as it stands, I agree, but as it stands, they got a free kill and they still have mosh up, so go them. And this should be a curse for them, by the way. It's a 5v4, and that kill secured them a curse.
Yeah, no,
or it should anyway.
Thrall's lightning just breaking the curse lines. How long can they keep this up? The lightning is there, they're chaining through. Yeah, this is a curse coming out, and now they can fight this if they really want to. Again, all their ultimates up. They have a curse, so the lanes are going to pressure.
Yeah, and this is the point where Natus has to make something happen. They hit 16, they are equal on talents. Sure, they are 2 levels behind, probably going to be 3 levels soon. And that means, you know, a slight advantage in power for balance of interest, but they have the same talents, and this means they have to make something happen, and they do, and I like it. Come on, go, 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 guys.
Yeah, they're going to try and turn this around. I mean, are they potentially going to wait for the level 20, which is going to come up with the
balance of
interest?
interest?
Be pushed
definitely. In. Definitely. Boy, they don't want to fight right now. Natus, they need to make something happen. They need to play aggressively, in my opinion. They need to take the fight onto their opponent. They don't want them to hit level 20. Because if they hit level 20, they're gonna be like 2.5 levels behind them, and that's like an eternity until you get there.
The boss is gonna come out now as well, so they could just rotate straight up for the second boss on the top lane. It looks like this is where the Lost Vikings are hanging around as well. It does look like they're making a beeline for this top boss.
Well, yeah, and I love it. You know what? This boss at the top, it could be a keep. They should hit 20, and once they have the 20 advantage, they could get an easy keep here, and this could be the first keep in the game.
Yep. It is exposed, those 2 towers up, but the fence is down. So the boss could just take down both towers, walk straight through. Meanwhile, busy on the bottom lane, that boss is still going through. This could actually be 2 keeps if the boss can pressure enough.
No, I don't think so. This is too early. This is only a 15 minutes boss. The scaling, you have a power jumps for bosses at level 20 and 15 if I remember right, so you know, still a 15 minutes boss, not threatening too much. But you know what, they keep their half hit points. Viking still pushes their bottom there.
Yeah, Death Metal is up from Wadepool as well.
And this boss, by the way, full hit points with the entire team of Balance behind him. This could be a keep here if they play correctly. They do have 20. Ooh, a nice thunder there, spreading them, but the mosh pit catching 2 of them. Ooh, and this is going to be a Thrall and a Rhaegar, and this could be game here. No, ETC here. Getting caught and dying here. If ETC was not caught here, by the way, this could potentially be game.
So it's still it's still 2 heroes going down on the side of Natus Dominari, and actually a lot of Boy are still quite healthy. They can still force this in, still pressure it up.
Yeah, but they lost their ETC. They kind of need their front line here, especially versus a Natus and a Joanna. They got like a free keep. Basically, they got an easy keep. They kill 2 players. Sure, they lose their ETC, but you know, still they're gonna have now the top lane pushing until Natus can take the top keep as well. So this is a win for them, I think. And they are still ahead in talents, and this is a big problem for Natus. They still don't have their storm talents.
Do you think that's going to be a game changer when it comes out there for Natus, or maybe at top lane? Eric being taken down.
I think it will be. It needs to be. Let's just say that it needs to be a game changer for them to hit level 20. It has to be. They don't have an option here. They are down a keep. The bottom keep is under half hit points. They need to be a little bit more aggressive here.
Curse coming up. Lost Vikings brought back to life using their ultimate to get the hero power to get them there.
By the way, we kind of skipped out this storm talents for balance of interest. We have death metal. We have Tal Rasha for Liming, which is kind of weird, I have to say, because you usually want to Tal Rasha when you have Calamity, because you have your blink in your rotation. By the way, here Thrall getting caught here. Ooh, this is a nice catch, and Joanna here getting low as well, and she doesn't have 20 yet. And no, they just hit 20, which means she doesn't have her storm talent.
Yeah, just taking indestructible now after she died.
Yeah, what a shame here. She could have lived here with the indestructible at least for a little bit longer, but as it stands, she got caught out and she died immediately. And you know what? This is a big deal. They have a catapult plus 2 giants there. This is very dangerous here for Natus.
Yeah, only Arthas as well as Rhaegar up to at the moment. This integrate race coming through on both of them. Stun comes out, that mosh pit as well as the death metal going to do enough. Rhaegar.
And this is game.
Yeah,
this is game. Congratulations for balance of interest for winning the first game here. You know, losing ETC at the end there, but not a big deal. If you can get the core, worth.
One team is victorious.
And I'm so happy that Viking worked for them. I think he did overall a pretty good job here. You know, he got them the early game advantage that they needed. Sure, the team balance of interest, they couldn't really capitalize on it too much. But he got them the early advantage, and eventually this advantage translated into getting the storm talents so much time before Natus Dominari, and that allowed them to just push like we just saw them, catching Natus off guard, and eventually pushing for the core here with the talent advantage. So yeah. I'm so glad it worked for them. And by the way, just for the record, Viking 40,000 experience. 40k experience contributed, and only total of 2 deaths. This is fantastic.
Yeah, great Lost Vikings play coming out there. We're just waiting for the second draft coming through. I'm not gonna link just yet, but yeah, really convincing coming out there from Boy. Like you say, once they got that talent advantage, if you just kept pressing and pressing and pressing, while the Lost Vikings kept the pressure up on every lane. So
yeah,
do you think that's worthy of a first ban for Natus Dominari in the second match?
I can't see the drafting yet. I need a link for the drafting. If you
it's
may.
not up yet, but the next map is going to be Infernal Shrines.
Oh, you mean about the Lost Vikings? If they should be?
Yeah. Do you think that's going to be like?
No. I again, I love the Lost Vikings, but it's like I think they're just better heroes on Curse Hollow that you want to first ban, and the same for Infernal Shrines, right? I don't think that in any map except for Garden of Terror should you consider first banning Lost Vikings, unless you absolutely know, like 100%, that you know Lost Viking is this player's main hero and he's an absolute god. And I think he played well, Lost Vikings. I don't think he was a god level.
Okay.
Like he played really well, but I don't think it's worthy of a first ban. Not on Infernal Shrine. Infernal Shrines, like this, I'm not sure how Kerrigan works out nowadays after she got like a little bit of nerf, but I think she's still a very strong hero, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a Kerrigan first ban here, Azul first ban, Sylvanas possibly as a first ban. Those heroes I love to see first ban in Infernal Shrine at the moment.
Yeah, the Kerrigan nerf was only to a health pool, really. Because obviously she was doing so much damage, so that the added protection coming from her passive was just keeping her alive for so long. So they did nerf a bit of a HP. So yeah, I could still see it being a really strong threat because she still does the damage output. And if she can get in and get out, stalk a couple of heroes, get the kills and get herself out, she can still be a massive threat. So yeah, I could see her being first ban potential there.
Alright, it seems like they have the drafting link up. Not sure if you got it.
Yeah, the link's up. We're just waiting for both teams to ready up here.
All right. Wait, no, guys. Todd is not the map. Todd is the last map. It's Infernal Shrine right now. I see people talking about Towers of Doom. It's the third map. Now it's Infernal after this.
Yeah, I could actually put that in. Give me a sec.
Okay, so back to the teams here. At the beginning of right before they started playing, I was sharing my hopes that this is not going to be a one-sided match, and you know what? It turned out to be not so much. Like it felt like both teams were almost on equal level of skill, and this is really good to watch because this whenever you see both teams that are equal in skill, you get very interesting games. If you see one team dominating the other, like let's say MVP Black versus pretty much anyone except Tempest, sure, it's so nice to watch MVP Black destroy someone, but it's also just not fun, just see someone stomping over someone else. So I'm actually very happy that we got somewhat of an equal skill here. Teams. I just felt like Natus didn't know how to handle the Vikings too well, despite the fact that they had a very good draft.
Yeah, the draft has actually started. It's a Sylvanas ban coming
Yeah.
out from Balsam Interest, and it's a Zul ban coming out from Natus Dominari.
Yeah, it's exactly those two heroes, exactly the heroes I was talking about before. Sylvanas, Zul, and a Kerrigan, right? Those are like my top 3 bans for here. Not surprised about the Zul, probably the strongest hero on this map, even though he got some nerfs. And I'm not surprised about Sylvanas as well.
Is that just because of the minion clear he's going to have on the shrines? The fact that he can just do it in obviously with his cleave, with his scythe, he can just clear through those objective minions in a matter of seconds. As well as the potential push he's got on the lane as well, because he is just very strong. He's in a very good place right now.
Yes, I agree. And Sylvanas ban, I'm not surprised as well. When you combine her with the Punisher, she disables the keeps, and she just allows the Punisher to go ham on pretty much everyone around. And right, the Punisher, he rotates between heroes and structures. So with the Sylvanas disabling the towers, eventually the forts and keeps, he can get so much value, similar to Battlefield of Eternity, of course to a lesser degree, but still very, very strong. So I'm not surprised about Sylvanas ban here. So balance of interest. Gonna go here with a Falstad first pick. Solid pick. Again, Falstad is one of those heroes that, like pretty much in any map except Tomb of the Spider Queen, he is a solid first pick.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what's going on. The time pool has.
Yeah, I'm also not sure. It's frozen for me as well.
The draft's bug. They're going to make another one now.
All right.